Hi, aligned souls. Welcome to the Soul Revival podcast, where we have meaningful conversations to help you explore tools and healing methods that help you return to your soul self. Join us as we help you merge the ethereal and the material worlds, allowing you to live your most fulfilling and aligned life. I'm Lindsay Stanton, author, somatic practitioner, intuitive Reiki master, and grief coach.
Hello, I am Autumn, a believer in miracles, intuitive guide, and psychic medium. We're your hosts and guides. We don't just talk healing, we live it. This is where soul meets strategy, spirit meets structure, and our highest selves take the mic.
Welcome back to the Soul Revival podcast. Autumn and I are excited to dive into part 2 of frequency. And we're going to give you all the important details on what frequency means what, how it impacts your body, what you should expect, what you can use, how you can use these tools to specifically target issues that you might be having, or even just things that you want to call in, whether it's your physical body or, from an abundance perspective.
Absolutely. Balance. If you are looking for balance, this episode is for you. If you haven't checked out part 1, I highly suggest listening to part 1 before part 2. But if you're here, you're here. So I just want to emphasize the importance of sound healing and the science behind it. And that was all in part 1. So I'm excited to kind of demonstrate the different ways that the chakras, well, the importance of our energy centers, which are chakras, and how sound healing can heal our physical body from the inside out.
Yeah, and I think we've all had experiences, whether we recognized it or put the language behind it or not, of frequencies when you walk into a store and a song is playing and you automatically feel more upbeat, or if you walk into a space and every space has frequency as well. So we've all had this experience of frequencies and how they impact us. We might just not have had the language to put around it. So we're going to deep dive into the how and the whys today and give you guys the tools so that if you're on Google or you're on YouTube and you're typing things in, you know what you should be specifically looking for the specific purpose of whatever you want to call in. So I'm going to start by sharing some of the frequencies that I think that people probably most commonly would like to call in. So if you're looking to call in love into your life, if you're looking, and that could be self-love, that could be relationships, that could just be like being more heart-centered. The frequency associated with love is 528. And calling in that 528 love frequency and listening to love frequency sound at the same time you're holding a rose quartz crystal, totally on point. It's going to really, really help you expand all aspects of love that you're trying to call into your life.
Hi, loves. If you've been enjoying this podcast and it's added value to your life, we'd be so incredibly grateful if you'd consider supporting us with a small donation. Every contribution helps us create heartfelt conversations and sharing this space with you. Thank you. If you are feeling called to make a donation to the Soul Revival podcast, please scroll down to the show notes and click the link Support This Show to make your donation. Thank you so much. And the way that you can find this is even going to Google, like 528 HZ. So Hertz
Exactly.
is HZ frequencies, and you just turn that music on and you let that feel the vibration sinking into every cell and molecule in your body as it's playing. I think that our senses really activate a lot when we're using sound as a healing modality. So with the 528, is that associated with the heart chakra as well?
Yes, it is.
For the self-love.
Yeah.
I also know that 639 hertz frequency is also very well with the heart chakra, works very well with the heart chakra. A balanced heart chakra is, feeling compassion and self-acceptance, and it's healthy relationships. It's having those boundaries in place. So the 639 HC frequency helps build relationship. It also enhances our communication. So if you're ever feeling misunderstood in a relationship or just misunderstood at all, I highly suggest listening to the 639 hertz frequency.
Agreed. And I would say that either one of the heart frequencies would be great. If you, I know we talked about in episode one, the impact to our animals too. So that is a great frequency to be playing around your animals, especially if they're going, like if they've had, a health issue, they're trying to heal from something. That could be a great frequency to use as well. And then, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Also with children, I feel like
Oh, yeah, good
children,
call.
like when they're sleeping at night, my daughter always likes to listen to music. I always turn on that heart healing self-love frequency when she lets me choose, of course. Because I think that in today's world with the constant judging and just, different areas and aspects of that life style, that self-love piece is really important in children as well.
Very good call out, and definitely leads right into my next one, and that is the frequency of cosmic harmony. So obviously we all could use that now. We're all going through it. As a collective, we're all going through it. And so the cosmic harmony frequency is 432. So if you're just looking for to call that in, whether it's in a group setting, we talked about in episode one the impact when we collectively get together and listen to and create these vibrational sounds, the impact that it has. I mean, it reverberates. So it's not just impacting you, it's impacting the collective. So if you're looking to call in cosmic harmony, 432 is the hertz that you want to be at. And then I know the next one I want to share is going to be a big one for everybody. I know I probably need to start listening to this more for sure, but to reduce inflammation in our bodies, we have an exciting opportunity to share with you.
Did you know inside the Soul Revival community, we have a giveaway? One lovely soul is gifted something sacred, a Reiki session, an intuitive reading, a powerful course, or even access into the community itself. This isn't just a giveaway. It's a soul blessing, a moment where healing meets divine timing. You'll feel the shift, you'll see the signs, and you'll know you're not alone anymore. Say yes to your intuition, your healing, your next chapter. Enter now at the link below in the show notes labeled Soul Revival Giveaway for your chance to win.
Let's get back to today's episode. That's 174. So 174 helps you reduce inflammation in your body, which I think is a huge one because and actually, I have a specific diffuser scent that is for healing and reduction of inflammation in the body. So combining the two, the scent and ingestion of the essence from a scent perspective, in combination with listening to that frequency, that 174 healing frequency, is huge.
I think a lot of people could benefit from that. Inflammation is everywhere, and it's really that disharmony in our cells that we had talked about in episode one as well.
Exactly, exactly. And then releasing emotions, which obviously that relates, I feel like, to the inflammation probably, our stored emotions, right? Releasing emotions, if you're looking to just get rid of something, maybe like you've had a stressful conversation or engagement, whether it's at work or in your personal life, and you just want to release this. So, this could be a great thing to put in your earbuds when you're at work if you're dealing with a stressful coworker that induces some angst in you. The frequency for emotional release is 396. So that could be a really good one as well. And then you mentioned relationships earlier. So the throat chakra, which I know we're going to talk about as we go through the deep dive into the chakras and the energy and the frequency that they hold specifically, but the throat chakra obviously specifically relates to our relationships and our communication, but the relationship frequency. So if you're looking to have better relationships and communicate better in your relationships, the frequency for that is 639, which is close to the frequency of the throat chakra, but not the same.
I love that. I love that. There are so many different hertz frequencies out there. Oh my goodness, a tongue twister. But I really want to deep dive into the chakras. Are we ready yet? Do you have more
Yeah,
to?
we are ready.
Okay, okay. So first in, I'm going to start with the root chakra. The root chakra is at the base of our spine. It's right between the hips. It's where our energetic roots are stored. The root chakra is actually formated between the womb and 12 months. So if your mom had a stressful pregnancy, if you maybe had, you know, problems as an infant or any of that sort, we have stored trauma. There's stored trauma there if you didn't do the inner work to heal it. So 369 hertz frequency is a great frequency for the root chakra to create a balance. A balanced root chakra is all about stability, grounding, physical health. Physical health. It's about trusting, prosperity, and self-preservation. So this 396 hertz will help cleanse the feeling of guilt to joy, which I think that everyone in
That's a
this
really good
world,
one.
yes, has some experience in. And it also helps you focus more on your main goals and achievements. It allows you to put yourself first and stick with your boundaries, which I think a lot of people in this universe are working towards is how do I stick to my boundaries in this world of people pleasing?
And also, for those who are newer to chakras in general, your root chakra is your grounding center. So this really does tie to Mother Earth and just your oneness with the earth. And I think that that's we all could use a little bit more grounding energy. So that's going to pull then with the root chakra and the frequency of the root as well.
Yeah, and it's a lot of people I feel like live outside of their body, right? They don't want to feel their pain. They push through it. That grounding and that root chakra brings your spirit and your soul back into your physical body so you can feel things and really be brave and look at it head on and just figure it out. It really does make such a huge difference when you bring yourself back into your physical body. The next chakra is your sacral chakra. This is formed between 6 months and 2 years. So I know a lot of people probably don't have memories of this time, but it's to feel and to want. A balanced sacral chakra is pleasure. It's healthy. It's sexuality. Like what brings you that divine feminine energy to make you feel good in your skin, that makes you want to feel touched, that makes you want to be able to look yourself in the eyes. It's joyfulness. It's being able to let your emotions flow through you and not entangle in them. It's self-gratification, and the HC frequency for the sacral chakra is 417. So 417 hertz, and this really helps balance that sacral chakra, and it increases positive thinking.
And this is going to help like tap you into your instincts too, because like this is your gut. This is like where you're tapping into your intuition as well.
And it's like that womb. It's that
Yeah.
womb music. It's really where your manifestations create. It's where the seed is planted. Every masculine and feminine person in this world has a womb space, whether they carry babies or not. And so I think that tapping into that energy is very magic, very much magic. So moving up to the solar plexus chakra, this is right above the navel, so right above the belly button. This is formed between 18 months and 4 years. So we're kind of becoming that toddler, getting into a lot of different things. The balanced energy here is it's the strength of will. It's clear purpose, healthy self-esteem, and the HC frequencies for this chakra is 528, and it helps reduce anxiety, stress. It helps create a more harmonious state of being. This HC frequency is the ultimate healing frequency as well. It's the miracle tone. It had the power, or it has the power to connect our spirit with our hearts and the divine.
I
So
love that.
I think that goes hand in hand with that cosmic one as well that you had mentioned
Yes.
earlier.
Yeah.
Moving on up to the heart chakra. So this is where our heart space is. This is formed between 4 to 7 years. And this is love and to be loved. So you think back to that inner child and to love and be loved and be accepted. There's a lot of emotions that are stored in the heart chakra that maybe we're not even self aware of. The balanced aspect of the chakra is compassion, self-acceptance, healthy relationships. So this hertz is 639 HC, and it helps with the building relationships, the enhanced communication, and it helps you really find your voice and how you want to represent yourself and how you want your energy to be felt amongst others and what you're calling in and that formation of what your energy is, I feel like.
Yeah, and I just want to add on the heart chakra that if you are in deep grief right now, doing heart chakra work with the frequencies is really impactful. I actually not only did frequency work with my heart, but I specifically did Akashic record work specific to my heart and my heart chakra. And that was really, really deeply healing on my journey. So if you're in the earlier days, and by earlier days, that could be the first couple of years, and you're just feeling that deep, deep pain and sorrow, and you're just in that heavy, heavy energy, working on your heart chakra and using these frequencies to help realign and clear your heart chakra is super powerful.
I love that you tied it in with Akashic record work because that is Akashic record work is past life work as well. So I think that that has a lot to do with the inner healing that people are curious about. So I love that you tied those two together.
Yeah, and you might be clearing, I'm sorry but to interrupt you, but you might be clearing other lifetimes of disruption as well and hurt. So for me, I knew when, well, I'm just going to give my example. When Roger passed, I had this deep knowingness that the impact of that grief was heavier than I don't know. I don't want to use the words than normal, but I guess that's the only thing I can think to say. But I could tell that there was like an increase weight of it. And my intuition told me that it was because we'd spent multiple lifetimes together. And when he left this physical incarnation, I was actually feeling the impact of every time prior that we had been separated from each other. And that was deeply validated through past life regression and Akashic work.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, see, that's if you're getting that intuitive pull, follow up on that because I think that that brought probably a lot of validation and a lot of clarity around the pain that was there.
Exactly. And with that actually can come some release. Not that you're going to be like magically healed or, over it, or that never happens, but it does give room for some release.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, Lindsay. I feel like there's a lot of listeners out there that are looking for that piece as well. I feel like they're getting intuitively pulled to it, but I think that validation will really help them. Moving up to the throat chakra. So the chakra is formed 7 to 12 years, and I really like to voice this because that's the age where it's like seen but not heard. Seen but not heard, especially in our generation or my generation. I'm sure your generation as well, Lindsay. I think that we're finally starting to shift out of that mentality. But there are a lot of humans out there that are it's hard to speak from the heart because we were so shut down during the time that our throat chakra was actually evolving.
Yeah.
The balanced throat chakra is clear communication. It is creativity. It's self-expression. It's resonance. And that's fascinating because this is all what we're talking about with frequency is resonance. The throat chakra HC frequency is 741. 741 HC, and it helps boost your intuition and trust that gut feeling. It almost like reconnects your throat to your heart chakra because a lot of people I feel like have this disconnect where they just speak from their mind and they regret a lot of the communication that they're speaking because it's just from like past experiences that they really don't mean and they regret what they say. If you anchor into that 741 HC frequency and begin to speak from your heart, your tone changes. You're more grateful on what you are speaking about, and it's not so much regret from when we speak from our mind. Be sure to check out the show notes below to see if you're the winner of our giveaway.
100%.
I love working with the throat chakra because our hearts have neurons as well. There's so many different scientific studies about the neurons that our heart holds as well as our brain. But that's a whole other topic. Moving to the good ones. I love everything about the third eye and the crown
Me
chakra.
too. Me
Oh,
too. This is your connection to spirit. This is like how you really tap into the other side, your intuition, your angels, God, Christ consciousness. Like these are the chakras.
and intuition is a muscle. So
Yes.
to strengthen this muscle, to listen to HC frequency, I mean, count me in. I'm totally in for that. So the third eye is um, formed during young adult, like when you're becoming like between 19 and I would say 23. It's really beginning. It's right between the eyebrows. A balanced chakra is psychic perception, clear insight, strong imagination, and accurate intuition. So psychic perception is, oh my goodness, I'm getting a feeling that my grandma's going to be calling me, and the next thing you know, grandma's calling. Any of those kind of examples are great. So 852 hertz or HC really helps you open up for spiritual and physical communication. It really helps strengthen that third eye. Our pineal gland actually has crystals inside as well. So our pineal gland holds these two crystals. And a lot of us humans have calcified pineal glands. So to decalcify, obviously there's like herbs and things that you can take or stay away from certain substances or watch what you're intaking. But also this HC frequency can help with the decalcification of the crystals in our pineal glands to strengthen that muscle and to really see what we're meant to see.
Love that.
Yes. And the crown chakra. So the crown chakra is our
The
divine
Holy Grail.
connection.
Ah,
It is. It's the holy grail. It just makes me want to literally be like, ah!
exactly.
So this is throughout life. So this is throughout the rest of your life. It never stops expanding. It's almost like that ebb and flow. It's that ebb and flow of consciousness, awareness, universal identity. This balanced chakra is wisdom, it's consciousness, it's spiritual connection, and it's not self-knowledge. So believing your downloads, believing yourself without having to turn to Google, understanding that we all have these codes and insights and downloads that come to us specifically that we are either meant to write down or speak about because
Are you or someone you know going through a huge spiritual expansion? Are you looking for a safe space, a community to help you with that expansion, helping you learn new healing modalities, helping you to grow along your journey and connect you to spirit, the angels, your loved ones on the other side? Then we have an amazing offer for you. In light of the holidays being right around the corner, the Soul Revival is doing a special membership offer where you get buy 6 months membership, get 6 months free. Or if you'd like to gift a membership, you can buy a membership for yourself and get a membership for a loved one for free. That's up to a $1,300 value just to help you heal. We hope to see you there.
there's so much more truth to this world than what you can find on Google. And a lot of people get these intuitive insights and they're like, I can't tell anyone this because I'll sound crazy. But it's like, no, there's so much truth to our self-awareness and to this chakra that we have to start understanding. Like imagination isn't just imagination. It's not just made up. Imagination is a beautiful gift and a beautiful tool to help see more than just this 3D realm. It really taps us into this foundation of, oh my goodness, there is so much more than this physical realm. And it's such a beautiful chakra to become whole with, to become imbalanced with, for that unity. But the HC frequency of the chakra is 963.
And
And
I
nine,
think I would add to the crown that it's a remembering. So it's a remembering and a connection back to your soul self.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That unity. In 963 HC, it helps you become one with the mind, body, and soul. This HC helps guide you if you are ever feeling disconnected from the world. If you are ever feeling alone, this HC frequency will tap you into we are never alone. There are so much energetic things around us. I mean, I call them there's just so many different beings, like angels, guides, loved ones, different, even I personally believe that fungus is a beautiful, beautiful tool around us each and every day. There's more fungi in the mushroom kingdom than there is animals in the animal kingdom. And
Yes.
I feel like there is a show where, underground trees communicate with the fungi kingdom to help heal them. And I feel like there's all these different um, fungi around us constantly that are also trying to allow us to tap in and to heal us and tap into more and help us evolve into that conscious realm. Obviously, there's no studies on that, but that's one of
There
those
probably
intuitive
are,
downloads.
actually.
There are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
it's one of those intuitive downloads that I've gotten, and I'm like,
Yeah.
my goodness, there has to be more here. So, I just love all of the things that are around us, and the HC frequency can really tap you in to feel more connected with all that is.
Yes. And I would also say your crown connects you to your higher self too, and all that's possible and all that's meant for you, all that you're meant to call in this specific incarnation.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if you ask, you shall receive. I mean, you might not receive it in that moment in time, but if you have a question about past lives or, different aspects of your life, your higher self will always guide you to that answer, always. The crown chakra I want to emphasize because, when I first started out, I felt like my crown chakra was like the size of like maybe a penny, and then it got to like the size of a quarter, and then it got to the size of like a cake plate, and then it shrinks again. So you can ask yourself like, how opened is my crown chakra? And whatever you see in that imagination, whatever you feel come through to you is the answer. And you can always expand it more, or you can, if you don't feel like connecting, you can always bring it back or shrink it. It's up to you, and it's a tool for you to use it and expand it however you feel called to with your own free will.
That's really interesting because ever since I've been cognizant of this work, ever since I've tapped into the energy of my crown, I just visualize like I've always felt it like wide open.
Yes, yeah. So I felt like in the beginning it was almost like I had to take the steps in order to get it there. And sometimes when I'm around, people that I really don't want to be around, I love to not shrink it, but make like close my
Yeah.
crown chakra.
Yeah.
Because I just feel it's probably a mental thing, but I just feel like it helps my energetic boundaries
Right.
around that situation. And then when I get, back to my safe space, it's like a spotlight, right? When you open it up, it's like this huge spotlight tunnel that the divine is flowing through to you. And almost like, when the sun comes through the window and you can see like that line of a sun ray, and then inside of that
Yes.
sun ray, you can see all of these like little sparkly debris or whatever it may be. That's how I feel like my crown chakra is. Like when it's wide open, it's like one of those sun rays that just connects.
I love that. I love that. I wanted to share a few other elements too. I think like tying these frequencies to listening to guided meditations and just overall doing things in combination with listening to these frequencies that help you from a well-being perspective is really important. So as we always talk about kind of layering these things together, also, I wanted to mention the power of binary beats and isochronic tones. So, these actually can create altered states of consciousness. So, similar to spiritual experiences that you might even have, like on a psychedelic journey, you can actually have these types of connective experiences with different sounds. So the binary beats and different sound frequencies can invite in spirit, like I talked about with like having that sound bath experience and bringing in spirit and bringing in loved ones from people that were around me during the sound bath. We can have similar experiences just by listening to things like binary beats.
Oh, I love that. I am intrigued with that. And that's I mean that's so true. We can alter our state of consciousness to any state of being, and I think that that's how it was created. That's how these different tests or tools were created was because people experienced it through their own bodies.
Yeah, and people have had like deep spiritual experience just with different like yoga techniques and different meditation techniques, different
Breath
breath
work.
work. Yeah. You and
We
I
said that at the same
literally
time.
said that at the same time.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, yeah, there's so many different and it's if this is something that's like, "Oh my goodness, this is fascinating." Your soul is craving this. Like you need to get on this bandwagon and expand yourself and I mean, there's so many different scientific studies if you're one that's like, "Well, I need the scientific proof behind this." There is so much catching up to spiritual aspects, and it's fascinating. And I'm so grateful to be alive at this time because I get to see it unfold, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, and I think the frequency topic is one where, I mean, science and spirituality have like worked almost in combination because so much of what, even though it might have been for a different intention or different purpose, using these frequencies for, science or medical research or, medical techniques, it all layers together, and it's applicable for us as individuals as well. And it's been proven through the science and the medical studies, but also we can use these tools ourselves in different ways to help create healing.
Oh, I love that. So if you guys listened and you're wanting to know specific HCs for the topics that we had spoke about, I will create a Google Drive and attach it below for you to just be able to click and have access to. That way you have it at your fingertips and you don't have to come back and forth and figure it out. I hope that really resonates. You guys could probably download it and save it to your phones as well.
Absolutely. And we hope you enjoyed this two-part series. I know sound has been such an important part of my journey and is every single day. And it might draw some awareness around why you're called to certain sounds. Like if you tend to sleep better when you're listening to water, or if you tend to sleep better when you're listening to birds, whatever you've been naturally called to. Hopefully these two episodes have helped bring some awareness on opportunities for you to help call this in more, and different tools that you can use to call it in, and maybe help you understand why you've been drawn to certain things in the past as well.
I love that. So all matter produces sound, and I'm inviting you to tap into the frequency that you're admitting out into the universe.
Yes, I love it.
If today's words stirred something in you, that's no coincidence. Your soul is speaking and it's ready to be heard. If you resonated with today's episode, Spirit is cheering you on, encouraging you. Start choosing yourself again. Start saying yes to your healing and join our sacred community over at www.thesoulrevival.com.
Because healing is better when we do it together. If you love this episode, be sure to hit follow, leave a review, and share this with someone who's ready to return to their soul self. Thank you, Aligned Souls.